The WWE is too expensive. At a time where the cost of eggs are at an all-time high, the WWE is the last thing that should be draining our pockets. When I'm watching wrestling, I should be thinking, who told Kofi it was a good idea to cut off his beard? Or why isn't Liv Morgan with me? Not wondering if I'll be able to afford to see this in person. Like recently, I decided that this year was gonna be the year that I go to WrestleMania. Because for one, I've never been, and two, it wasn't in a freezing cold place like Philly. It was in a place that was actually warm. And three, and most importantly, it was John Cena's last WrestleMania. Like, yeah, I've seen Cena wrestle live before, but that was over 10 years ago when I was a little boy. But I'm a grown man now, and this was my last chance to see Cena on the grandest stage. So I decided that now was the perfect time to see old man Cena wrestle as an adult. Going into this, I was not expecting to get floor seats. Those are for the rich and famous. I was expecting to get the cheap seats way up at the top of the building. I would have been best friends with the spiders and cockroaches, but at least I got to see John Cena. And I would assume these tickets were like $100, maybe $150, but the cheapest ticket was between $400 to $500. And I'm looking at it like, these guys are insane. These guys are on bath salts, because ain't no way they expect me to spend $400 bunched up with wrestling fans smelling 3 days of fat roll sweat for 4 hours straight. And the craziest thing about this is it could have been even worse. Last year at WrestleMania, they had those 4 pillars surrounding the ring. Luckily this year, they didn't have that, but imagine if they did. You paid all this money to go to WrestleMania, you sit down in your seat, and all you see is this. At that point, Triple H or Nick Khan, one of them is gonna have to see me outside. You're not gonna finesse me on my money like that. Somebody's gotta see these hands. And when you compare the prices of this year's WrestleMania to past year's WrestleMania, there is a giant price gap. Like at WrestleMania 19, the most expensive ticket was $400. That is less than the cheapest ticket at this year's WrestleMania. And if you want to factor in inflation, that only brings it to $700. The most expensive ticket at this year's WrestleMania were like $10,000 plus. Even Randy Orton, one of the top guys in the company, a man that's been making millions of dollars for over the past 2 decades, a man that could buy your entire family, even he thinks it's expensive.
It doesn't surprise me though.
Yeah, they're very expensive.
What kind of seats did you have?
Lower bowl, C135 for both nights.
So how far back from the front row?
Not on the floor at all.
4 seats for like what, 30,000?
Yeah.
Really?
This is our first Mania. I'm like, you know what? Go big or go home.
Embarrassing.
I know.
So much fucking money for a seat.
But the tickets aren't the only thing that's expensive. The merchandise is too, like the 2K games. Back in the day, you only had to pay $50 to $60 for a completed game. Now, you have to pay $70 for a 75% completed game. And they added 2 other editions, one $100 and one $130, where they're trying to play it off like it's extra benefits when you're actually just playing for an entire game. And the benefits are trash anyway. My Faction Persona card. Who even plays My Faction? My Faction has to be one of the biggest scams in the game. You're literally spending real money on leveling up cards for the live event and world tour modes, and then there's the island. I'll give the island a pass for now. They'll probably just develop it as time goes on like they did with my GM. Also, to whoever came up with the idea of switching Raw to Netflix, getting rid of the old episodes, you deserve to be locked in a room with Diddy for one night. I don't care what nobody says. So, in summary, to anybody who says stop complaining. If you don't like it, don't buy it.
No.